How's it going, guys? Today's video, as you can tell from the title, is why I am switching from Mixer to Twitch. Hold on, this needs a more dramatic intro. Hold on one second. Why I switched from Mixer to Twitch. Let's get into it. So, one of the biggest reasons that I got into streaming is because, one, I'm a huge gamer. Always have been. I actually didn't have a lot of faith that I would be any good at streaming, but it turns out I'm not that bad. Don't get me wrong, I'm not big yet. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a star, but I'm happy with my progress. But that progress is actually what's holding me back right now. We'll get into that a little bit later. Let's talk first about what kind of streamer I am. This isn't going to apply to anybody who's thinking about making the switch from Mixer to Twitch or from Twitch to Mixer. This isn't going to be the same story for every single person who thinks about this. This really only applies on a person-to-person basis, no matter what. Whatever car you get into to drive to work each day, that car is your personal choice, probably. This is just my personal choice. I tried out 3 different platforms. I tried out Mixer for a very long time, for over a year. I didn't have any intention on switching, but the more I thought about it, and the more I heard people talking about it, I just decided to try something else out. I switched to Twitch for 1 week. That 1 week I saw minimal growth, but I saw growth. I actually saw more growth in that 1 week than the previous 2 to 3 weeks on Mixer. And I've been there for over a year. Already had a pretty good following. Now, that's not to say that... Hi, kitty. Yes, just shove your butt right in the camera. Come here. That's not to... Yeah, you upset? You upset? That's not to say that... I don't even know what I was saying anymore. I lost track of thought. Go. Shoo. Don't sit in front of the light. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Appreciate it, kitty. Anyways, so where was I at? So I tried Twitch for 1 week. I saw minimal growth, but I saw growth. And I'll get into why that growth... Hi. I'll get into why that growth was important to me. Then I tried YouTube streaming for a while, for a week. I enjoyed YouTube streaming a lot. There's a lot of aspects I really liked about it. There's a lot of aspects I really hated. It takes so much more work to go live, which is a great thing in its essence, really. You create a thumbnail. I mean, you don't have to create a thumbnail, but if you want to have your best engagement, you create a thumbnail. You're going to need a thumbnail if you keep that as a DVR video anyways. You need to add a description. You need to have all these things, and YouTube descriptions tend to be pretty long drawn out. So before sitting down, hitting live, you're not only picking game, if you're playing a game, you can pick through all the other categories. And if you're playing a game, you pick the game, you go through, you do your entire description, then you add a thumbnail if you create one, which you should. And then you go live. You can actually schedule them ahead of time. So people look, it pops up on your page. Hey, this person's going live. It gives them a little countdown. It says, 20 minutes, counting down the seconds. That's amazing. But that's only amazing for your subscribers. There's not people, unless they're specifically looking at your channel for the first time, and they say, oh, he's about to go live. It's really, really good for discoverability on numerous levels, even after you end the stream. But the entire process to actually go live for somebody like me, who used to stream 2 times a day, every single day. For a little while, 3 times a day, every single day. I now stream 2 times a day, 4 days a week. But that's still a lot. That's 8 different thumbnails a week. That is me saying, for sure, I'm going to play this game or this game or both of these games. For sure, I'm going to be doing X, Y, and Z. I can't just switch it on the fly, because if I have a big Call of Duty thumbnail and then I switch it to some RPG, guess what? I'm under an RPG category with a Call of Duty thumbnail. It instantly turns people away. You should have the option to set up a stream preview like every other site. But I digress. I'm off the point. I rambled way past that. This is why I'm switching from Mixer to Twitch. So, for me, as a variety streamer, I started off my journey into streaming on Mixer as a variety streamer. I would play a lot of different games. I started off playing RPGs, We Happy Few, and different games like that, along with games like Overwatch, Apex, a lot of Apex, along with the RPGs. Rocket League, of course, which we're going to get into that. So, in the early days of me streaming on Mixer, that worked out. I saw really, really good growth for a brand new channel. I saw really, really good growth for a very long time until I decided to make one fatal change to my channel. I decided that I was going to become primarily a Rocket League streamer. And that took my really, really good growth into the stratosphere and became amazing, extraordinary, mind-blowing growth. We're talking, for the size of my stream, the amount of people that would have come in, stay, chat, follow every single stream was incredible. I mean, absolutely mind-boggling. And then one very amazing thing happened. Mixer bought Ninja. Now, that's great. That's a huge move for him. But it hurt me. Now, there's no way that they would look at buying Ninja as something that was going to hurt me. It just doesn't make sense. Obviously, they don't care about me personally, but they don't think of it as something that's going to hurt the rest of the platform. Maybe in the thought of Fortnite, but that's it. But for me, as a Rocket League streamer, the day that Ninja comes over, I see an instant drop-off. I mean, just an extraordinary amount of death and destruction in my way. But I stuck to it. I'm not saying that Ninja killed my stream. I'm not saying Ninja stole my followers. The fact is I was playing a game that had the exact same view audience as Fortnite. Rocket League has the same audience as Fortnite. It just does. So, when the biggest streamer in the world switches over and he streams at the exact same time that you stream your game, yeah, it's gonna hurt you. It just does. It's part of life. But I decided to dust myself off and move on. I wasn't gonna let it keep me down. I kept sticking with it. And I stuck with it for a long time, and I kept seeing good growth. It wasn't the amazing growth that I saw before, but it was good. It was fine. It was good enough for me. I was still well on my way to accomplishing my dreams. I hit 1,000 followers in, I believe it was 5 months' time. That's amazing. And when I hit that 1,000 followers was right about the same time that Epic, the people who make Fortnite, the company that I almost hate the most, decided to buy Psyonix, the people who make Rocket League, a company that I used to love, one of the most. And they decided that they needed more money. Now, I'm not going to turn this into a whole big rant, because trust me, I've done it many times, but I won't turn this into a whole big rant about how Epic destroyed Rocket League. And honestly, Rocket League is doing okay. I mean, it still exists. People still play it, people still stream it, people still watch it. But I didn't want to support that. I did not see the good quality updates that I needed in the game. The physics updates, the actual good content, actual good card decals and all that kind of stuff. I didn't see those coming through. All I saw was them saying, hey, even though we have the best microtransaction system, we're going to throw that away and force you to pay us a lot of money for crap you don't really want. And I did not want to support a company or a game that would do that. So I cut ties. Doesn't hurt Rocket League any, but I decided to cut ties. I didn't want to be associated with it. It's not like I spent a lot of money on keys when they were the primary currency, but it just was such a shady business deal that I didn't want to be anywhere near it. I didn't want to have a part of it. So I cut ties. I thought that, I have these people who are always coming in. Hopefully they like me for me. A lot of them did. But the fact is they wanted to watch Rocket League. All those people would then go and watch other Rocket League streamers. That's not their fault. It's not my fault. I decided to make the switch. I knew the consequences could have been this bad, and they sadly were this bad. I held on to a good core group of my followers, but going from, 20 to 30 viewers, concurrent viewers, while streaming for hours on end, down to 5 at best, maybe 10 on a really good peak day, playing RPGs and different games like that, it sucked. That's not Mixer's fault. That's not Rocket League's fault. It's not Ninja's fault. In fact, it's my fault, but I don't even consider it my fault. I did something for me. I didn't want to only play Rocket League. I didn't want to only play multiplayer games. I want to be able to play whatever I want. I want to have a core group, doesn't matter how big or small they are, of followers who just enjoy hanging out with me and experiencing the things I want to experience. So I stuck with it. I dip my toes every once in a while back into, maybe I should go back to Rocket League, and I would do it, and I'd see the growth for that day, and then I'd remember why I switched, and I cut it all out again. So that is the initial beginning, that's right, the initial beginning of why I decided to start thinking about, that's right, we're getting this deep into it. It's the initial beginning of why I started to think about switching to a different platform. When Mixer bought Ninja, that did some good stuff for Mixer. It did a lot of good stuff, but not nearly as much as they had hoped. Not nearly as much as any of us had hoped. Same when they bought Shroud and all the other Twitch streamers who switched over. It's good for those streamers. It's good for some other streamers, but for variety streamers like myself, for RPG streamers like myself, it's not good. Mixer is a terrible place to be a League of Legends streamer. It's a terrible place to be a role-playing game streamer. It's a terrible place for anything but first-person or third-person shooters. BRs primarily. You have no discoverability options at all. So you have a much smaller platform with much fewer viewers. All the newer viewers who came over came for a handful of people, and they all want to watch the same content that they were watching before. And that's shooters, BRs. So what that does on Mixer is it pushes us farther and farther down the list when we want to play a game like We Happy Few. Before Ninja came, if I played an RPG, there would be myself, maybe 2-3 other people, depending on the popularity of the RPG. And we would be streaming it, and you'd see the people jumping from each channel to channel. It was like kind of like a small group of house parties. So you have 20-30 people jumping from stream to stream because there's only a handful of us, and they just come in, talk, see what we're doing, go to the next one. It was fun. Honestly, it was very interesting, especially as a new streamer. Once Ninja came, everything changed. You still have RPG streamers, but we're just so far down the list, and there's so few people who want to watch RPG streamers on Mixer that you're just seeing the same handful of people, but it's not bouncing around like a party. It's kind of like everybody's walking around looking for a cure for the weird disease that they have. They come in, are you playing this game today? No. Okay. And then they go. That was it. The soul of RPG streaming got sucked out of Mixer. Again, that was out of Mixer's control, to a small extent, out of their control. They could have done stuff to put, different things in place that could have kept or grew the RPG streaming realm, but they didn't. They were more focused on getting the biggest streamer in the world. But that destroyed its saturation. I've seen the stats, I'm not going to pull them up on the video here, but it's something like 22 viewers to each streamer on Twitch, a platform with significantly more viewers, to 3 viewers per streamer on Mixer. So for every 1 streamer, there's 3 viewers on Mixer. For every 1 streamer, there's 22 or whatever the number is on Twitch. Now, when you consider the fact that the mass majority of all the people on Mixer are there to watch Apex, Call of Duty, and Fortnite. PUBG sometimes. Man, does that make it hard for me to stay loyal? So, I stuck with it. I did. I said, I'm going to stick with it. This is in November when all this really hit the fan, and it's just been getting worse and worse from there. If you have a small core group of people who are willing to watch you play RPGs, you have a chance for growth. And I'm saying a small core group as in 15 to 30 people. Because that puts you high enough in the list. When you play a game that nobody else is playing, it at least puts the game high enough in the list for new people to possibly find that content. But for me, I like playing really small indie games. I'm usually the only streamer. And if I can only get 5 people to view me, I'm way down. I'm, 30, 40, 50, 100 games down on the list. It's just not good. Not good for me. Not good for other variety streamers, and that's why other people have been leaving. Now let's talk about the entire personal growth through each platform. Twitch has the best personal growth path between the 3 platforms that I streamed on. Mixer is 2,000 followers. Some odd days a month. I think it's 12 days a month and minimum of, I think, 10 hours streamed a month, which is weird, or 10 hours streamed a week, maybe something like that you have to stream to become a partner. There's no guarantee that will actually get you a partnership. They don't tell you what kind of viewerships, and to be 100% honest, they're very fair about it. They say that each streamer is going to be different. Somebody who streams a variety of games will not have as many concurrent viewers as somebody who streams just one game. They just won't. But that 2,000 follower mark, that's the one that really hit me. I was so, I wouldn't say close, but I was chugging along until I decided to make the switch to myself. Before I decided that it was time for me to change everything about my stream. Now, don't get me wrong, I switched from playing Rocket League primarily to playing RPGs and Call of Duty and Apex. I still played a lot of multiplayer, which hurt me also. I really, really, really wanted to be as much of a variety streamer as possible. I understand now that that is a very, very far-reaching goal. Because I'm not just keeping myself within a single realm. I might pick up somebody who really just wants to watch RPGs, and then I'm playing Call of Duty for the day, and they just won't watch. Or somebody who really wants to just watch Call of Duty, but I'm playing RPGs for the day, and they just don't want to watch. And that makes sense. I thought that maybe I could break the code. I couldn't. I failed. I learned a lesson. That's the most important thing. I learned so many lessons through I wouldn't even say that it was necessarily failures. In 1 year's time, I grew to a very large number of followers. In 1 year's time, I learned so much about networking. I learned so much about the way I should lay out my channel, the way I should lay out videos, everything. I mean, I spend night and day thinking about this. I do. I all day. All night. I go to sleep thinking about how I can improve my streaming, how I can improve YouTube video creation, which I am now starting. And I just felt like all the effort that I was putting into it, and I was getting nothing in return. And it wasn't from the people, it was just from the platform. I'm not the kind of guy who's going to go into somebody else's stream and self-advertise. I just won't. That's shady, don't do it. Doesn't matter. If you get to know somebody organically and they start talking to you about you, then you can start self-promoting. And do it graciously. Don't just start hammering the chat with it, because guess what? Nobody cares. But if you can get the streamer who asked you for the information to care, the people will start to care. That's a side point. Doesn't matter. I'm rambling again. The partner progression for Twitch, and I haven't even looked completely into it, but to just get affiliate is 50 followers. Really, Kat? Really? I love you to death, but bruh. 50 followers, 3 concurrent viewers on average. I believe stream 7 days total, period. Doesn't have to be more than that, just 7 days total, and then X amount of whatever a week. And you're an affiliate. That means you can start collecting subs. That means you have your own emotes. That's huge. Because I have a lot of people right now who are saying, oh, you're switching to Twitch? Oh, cool. Once you hit affiliate, let me know. I'm going to sub to you. I have so many people already ready to sub to me. What do you need? What do you need? I have people ready to sub to me. And I only have like 9 followers at the time I'm making this video. Can you not bite me? I'm trying to make a video. I know you need something. I'm excited. I'm going to cut all the other stuff I was going to say out for the most part. I'm excited. I'm excited to start this journey to Twitch. I'm excited to actually experience what I'm going to experience. Because I experienced the entire thing of the first year streamer. I know what that's like. I'm now taking all this experience, all this knowledge that I have, and I'm taking it and I'm moving it to a new platform. I am starting from scratch and saying, I'm going to make it. I said it before. When I was on Mixer, when I started with 0 followers, I said, I'm going to make it. And I will make it. I'm just not going to make it on the platform that I thought it was. That's okay. The last point I'm going to make is simply about my own personal growth holding me back. So here we're looking at my Mixer page. I took this back to a time when I first started streaming. So this was the first day, April 28th, 2019. Here we are just 2 months, over a year later. Not even a full 2 months. And I am at 1,231 followers. So let me point out something. I set a goal for myself to gain 1 follower every single day. That was it. I said if I gain 2 a day, awesome. But 1 a day, that's all I want. And so you have to understand how amazed I was with myself. I was proud of myself. That in a matter of 0428 to 0430, 2 days, yeah, I got 10 followers. We're going to jump it to the next month. This is the first official month of streaming, is May. 59 followers. I was so proud. We're going to just keep jumping through. Month of June, 114 followers for the month. And that's new followers. That's not total followers. So meaning that if I lost followers, they would subtract from that followers added. So let's say if I gained 120 followers but I lost 6, that led to 114. 278. So here we are, July. This is my 3rd real month of streaming. And I was gaining followers like crazy. 2,600 views. I don't even know if that's an accurate number, but this is an accurate number. I've looked at these numbers so many times. 278 followers in a month at the beginning of my streaming career. 153. You'll see ups and downs with each given month, especially when you switch between summer, winter, all that kind of stuff. But the point is I was growing, I was going, I was happy. And then I saw the drop off. So this is November. I believe it was beginning to mid-November. I hit 1,000 followers. This is the same time. This November? No, this is October. This is November. So the first month the Ninja was there, I believe, was October. I might be wrong. Could be wrong. Probably am wrong. Doesn't matter. I saw a drop off. And then come November, I hit my 1,000. I was so happy. There's a video. My first video on this channel, in fact, is the video I created with my wife and my child for celebrating 1,000 followers on Mixer. We had set a goal. If I hit 1,000, I would take an applesauce bath. I did it. It was cold. It was awesome. You should watch it. It was fun. And I switched. I switched around this time. So it was either towards the end of the year or the beginning of the year. And this is what it goes to. Went from 160 to 47. Now, 47 is still great. That's still fantastic for somebody who is still very new to streaming. But going from 270 something, 160 something, 150 something to 47, even down to 70 sucked, but to 47, that was really bad. I was still living off of the people who were hoping that I'd go back to Rocket League. There's people who was hoping that I would switch back over. So they come in, they bring their friends, they tell people about it. And here I am, December. I started December with a total of 1,000, gotta do math, 1,016 followers, ended it with 1,063 followers. And it just gets worse from there. Each passing month. I think I have one up month, down to 25. Here in January of 2020. Jumped to February, 31. That was a slight up month. Made me feel good, not gonna lie, having 31. Because it reminded me, I only wanted 1 follower a day. And I was getting it. That's awesome. And it still is amazing. But here, 13 followers for the month of March. And amazingly, what month is this? April? Got 56 followers. That's because of one amazing day, thanks to one amazing person, which if you are a Mixer viewer or if you're thinking about checking out Mixer, check out Syko Plays. SYKOPLAYZ. He is amazing. Check him out. But he came in, gave me a host, and it put me to the top of the Call of Duty streaming, whatever, top of the list for a short while. A lot of his followers, the amazing Asylum, followed me along with a bunch of other people. That's why this one month I had extraordinary growth. It was from one short 30 minutes, hour of an amazing host, and then down to 30 for May, and here we are in June, which I have now, granted, I haven't streamed 2 weeks in June, and I'm at 30 followers, but it's still just not how I want it to be. 30 followers a month is very slow growth. It's very slow growth after a year. If I would have been growing gradually up to a certain point, I would be somewhere around 100 followers a month right now, if I was growing at a gradual pace from 0 to 100. But I'm not. It's hard for me. This is really just whiny baby crap, right? It is. But I'm not blaming somebody else for this. I'm just giving the reason. I've had people ask, why would I abandon Mixer? I love Mixer, and I do. I do love Mixer. but it's just not the place for me. So, we're going to be switching over to Twitch. If you haven't checked me out there, you should. We're going to stream Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. 2 times a day, 5 a.m. and 1 p.m. Fridays, we also sometimes do nighttime streams at 10 o'clock. That's a little bit beside the point. That's not the point of this video. This is why I'm switching to Twitch. I want to be a variety streamer. I want to play whatever RPGs and sometimes multiplayer games I want to play. And on Twitch, there's just the audience. There's more people there ready to watch me. They just don't know it yet. It's easier to find somebody. Twitch mixes up their games. They don't just show you the number one most popular all the time. Sometimes they throw a less popular game into the middle of the mix of all the games just to get it out there and get some possible growth on it. Mixer doesn't. Besides not having the audience who doesn't care, they also just don't do anything to help RPG or variety streamers grow. This is why I'm switching to Twitch. If you're thinking about making a switch from Twitch to Mixer or vice versa, take all of my personal experience to heart, but don't let it decide for you. This is going to be a personal growth for you. This is a personal change for you. And keep in mind, YouTube is an option. If you love doing descriptions, if you love making thumbnails every single day or every single time you're going to go live and sitting down, adding all the tags at the end and going through all that entire process, YouTube's your platform. I'd rather make a video on the side of YouTube and then stream on Twitch. That's just what I decided I want to do. And maybe I'll change my mind one day. Who knows? I'm young and dumb. I got time. This was a longer video than I expected. I thought I was going to talk about this for like 5 minutes. Here we are, some long time. Just all of y'all. Stay beautiful, stay wonderful, and stay awesome. If you haven't, hit like, subscribe, that little bell doodad thing. I always call it the bell of approval. Click the bell of approval. Ring the bell of approval. Ooh, there you go. That's a good one. Ring the bell of approval. Yeah. And comment. Tell me I'm dumb if you want. If you think I'm dumb, I guess. Don't tell me I'm dumb if you don't think I'm dumb, because then you're just a dick.